Boker Tov, everybody. So this week's parsha is Bamidbar. It's the beginning of the book of Numbers, and Bamidbar is an accounting of our wanderings in the desert, and it describes some census taking and some numbers. That's why it's called Numbers. About how many of people from each tribe are accounted for and sort of what their tasks are. I want to point out something particular here, which happens towards the end of the parsha. It's describing the way the camp is set up and the way the people go when they move. So every single tribe is enumerated and described, and talks about the formation of how they are how they're laid out as they're sort of marching forward. And then each tribe, the formation was kept while they traveled. This entire formation was kept every time that they traveled. And each tribe had its own nasi, the prince or the leader, and its own flag with its own tribal color and emblem. So what is the importance of this? It shows that everybody had a purpose. So every single person that was counted, and then they all had a purpose and a job to do as they were representing their tribe within the camp. We are a tribal people. I think that's something we often can forget. We may not have a whole lot of track anymore of which tribe we belonged to, historically speaking. That sort of all over the course of years became a little bit blended in. Certainly people who are Kohanim or Levites would know, but other than that, the rest of us are just Yisrael, right? But historically, we were part of tribes. And what does it mean to be part of a tribe? So it means we have a sense of belonging with our families, with our family units and our groups. And yet we all march together, right? So we have that distinguishing factor of marching under our own emblem with our own leader and our own tribe. And yet we are all still part of the same camp. And I think this describes us still today because we have our individuality. This celebrates a sense of individuality. We all have unique traits that we offer to God, to our people, to the world. Things that nobody else brings, right? We are all unique individuals, and yet we are all still marching on the journey together. So preserving the individual trait is so important because we have that sense of belonging to ourselves and to our family units. And then you expand beyond and beyond and beyond that, right? We belong to our family units. We belong in the space that we live with our neighbors, our neighborhoods, right? We belong, but beyond that, our county and our shul and our city, and then you go further and further and further out, and we belong all, Klal Yisrael, we all belong to one people, Am Yisrael, right? So every little piece of that is still part of ourselves too. That individuality, that uniqueness that we bring to the table, and we should stand up and carry our flag proudly, whatever that flag is, even though it's not necessarily the tribes anymore because we lost track. But what does it mean to be part of that tribe? What does it mean to have that sense of belonging? And then how do you bring that to marching together with the whole group? So preserving the individuality and then marching together, I think that's something that we can take with us even if we don't have track of which tribe we were part of. I think there's a real sense of beauty to having a place, knowing where you are, and knowing that even when you're marching forward, the people didn't know when they would get to the Holy Land, how long it would take. I'm sure they didn't realize it would be 40 years, but the fact is they have a sense of security and safety in knowing that they're part of the group and then marching forward together into uncertainty. And I think we can all take that with us.